Welcome back to another round of the HyperLeague. I am Memage, your caster for this match. We're looking at the game between ThinkTwicz and Carriejanka. This is round 3. This will be Carriejanka's first game in the season thus far. Let's go ahead and jump in and see what we've got going on here. So we've got a map of Meeting of the Minds, ThinkTwicz on his Sisters of Battle, and Carriejanka opting for the Dark Eldar. Alright, so right off the bat, we've got a couple of additional missionaries and ecclesiarchal servitor coming down, and the Adepta Sororitas Convent for ThinkTwicz. Jumping over to Carriejanka, we've got a couple squads of mandrakes. We've already got 2 plasma generators going down and the Hall of Blood. Again, the Dark Eldar, much like the Protoss from StarCraft, are able to just drop down buildings and they complete themselves. One of their strengths as a faction. Jumping back over, we've got, let's see, ThinkTwicz heading off to grab his first strategic point. Sorry, that's the second strategic point. The first one's already underway down there. Meanwhile, Carriejanka not grabbing any points yet. Let's see. Actually, where did her mandrakes go? Okay, they're just hanging there at the moment. So I'm grabbing that point. Oh, the others grabbed the point behind her. Very good. Hall of Blood almost done. Let's see, Adepta Sororitas Convent is done, but no troops being built just yet. We do see some resources being spent on that listening post. ThinkTwicz does have more resources than he needs at the moment. He could easily be making his Canoness or a squad of Battle Sisters at this point. But we do see another listening post going down, deciding instead to focus on his resources. Meanwhile, Carriejanka does have her Mandrake Infiltration going down. That will give her a bit of an edge in terms of grabbing points early on. It will put her at a slight disadvantage in terms of giving her warriors units to tank for them. But if she can get her Archon out pretty quickly, then that won't matter that much. So we do see that first squad of Battle Sisters coming out for ThinkTwicz. We've got 56 requisition versus 38, so ThinkTwicz is currently in the lead on that, but Carriejanka is very close behind it, up to the 44, and about to jump up again when she grabs this point in a moment. There we have the 50. So fairly close resource race at the moment, with the exception that Carriejanka is ahead on the energy generation, which could prove very useful if she decides to tech up quickly to Tier 2, or go for a lot of early researches for her units. And we see the Holy Icons going down for ThinkTwicz. We've also got the improved field logistics to increase his pop cap. Got the missionary grabbing another forward point up there. Got a relic being grabbed also. Carriejanka's mandrakes come around the corner here, although they're probably close to getting their infiltration research, so they'll be disappearing right there. They just disappeared. Indeed, they're now cloaked. So I can kind of come down and grab that critical location. Got a couple other critical locations on the map, so grabbing the one isn't going to be that big of a difference, but if she can get a second one, that will start the countdown against ThinkTwicz. Got another listening post going down for ThinkTwicz as well.
We know our place.
Got that squad filled out fairly well. Got a couple more that can be added to it, but it is certainly expanding at a good rate. Another listening post down. The relic has been captured, so we could see another listening post going down on that shortly. There we see the Canoness finally being built for ThinkTwicz. That will give him a good hardy backbone to his army, and let him really push against Carriejanka's forces. However, those cloaked mandrakes are going to be a bit of a problem unless she... Oh, actually, ThinkTwicz, rather. He has already gotten a missionary stuck into the squad, so missionaries can detect infiltrated. So those cloaked mandrakes should not be a problem for this squad of Battle Sisters, even though they may harass other buildings around the map.
I serve.
There we see the fortified position going down. Got some Towers of Loathing going up for Carriejanka as well. And we've got a second critical location captured that is triggering the countdown for the take and hold victory. ThinkTwicz in a good position to just very easily decap this point and reset that cap. But Carriejanka is grabbing the center point. So while this will decap before Carriejanka can cap the center point, it's not going to give ThinkTwicz that much of a reprieve. He probably feels like he's, by doing this, giving himself a lot more breathing room. But again, given that Carriejanka is halfway to capping this point and has two full squads of cloaked mandrakes at this point, that is going to make it difficult for ThinkTwicz to retake that point, given that the top one is kind of fairly solidly in Carriejanka's territory at this point. We do have another squad of Battle Sisters coming out, that one escorted by the Canoness, and a third squad coming out that does give ThinkTwicz a pretty strong military advantage here, although we do see a squad of warriors and the Archon out for Carriejanka. If she moves those forward, those will definitely provide a very strong resistance to all of ThinkTwicz's forces, and we do also see the Homunculus Laboratory going down, so we'll likely see some upgrades for Carriejanka's troops pretty quickly here. In contrast, we do not see the Pristine Sanctuary yet, so no upgrades for ThinkTwicz as yet. So there we see those mandrakes temporarily being revealed, just based off of their proximity to, I believe, the listening post there. They're going to cause a little bit of harassment. They don't have the strength to take on the Canoness plus that other squad of Battle Sisters, so these mandrakes are going to need to fall back, or they will get whittled down by these Battle Sisters. Especially, we do have that missionary there now, so lighting them very easily. In come the other forces of Carriejanka, though. Those warriors in the front there are not being used very well. They're going to be taking a lot of damage from the Battle Sisters. The Archon needs to run in there and get stuck into that squad. There we do see the Act of Faith going down for ThinkTwicz as well. That's going to give him a bit of a boost here. But again, that Archon is causing some damage, especially with those Incubi with him, but the Battle Sisters are going to force them back. It's interesting to watch this fight go down, though. Those mandrakes are definitely causing a lot of damage. Again, they're very strong in close combat, but Carriejanka is deciding to pull them back now. Deciding to reserve them a bit, maybe save her Archon. Probably a good call there. Again, she's already got map position, so there's no reason to throw away her forces in a
5 minutes until
rough meat grinder there at the front of ThinkTwicz's base. She really should just be focusing on continuing to build up her forces and preventing ThinkTwicz from taking back those critical locations. Let's see. Meanwhile, we do see the Planetary Raid add-on going down, as well as a series of upgrades. So yeah, Carriejanka definitely focusing on getting those upgrades down, making use out of that resource advantage that she's got for power. Got a couple more squads of warriors coming out. So she is definitely teching up. She's got the Dark Foundry out, so we could likely see some Hellions or maybe some Reaver jet bikes soon. Jumping back to ThinkTwicz, we see Field Logistics going down again, as well as the Pristine Sanctuary, trying to get some of those upgrades. Chasing off some of Carriejanka's forces again there. And here we Carriejanka's realized that her critical location is getting decapped.
4 minutes.
It is going to. Oh no! ThinkTwicz could have just continued decapping for another second or two there and actually succeeded, but he opted to stop to try to fight back. That was a very bad decision actually here. Those forces are going to be able to cause a lot of hurt to him, especially with all the upgrades that are going down on them. And here we see some warriors coming in from the side to help lend some fire support in. Again, just doing what they do best, just firing into the mass melee here. The Archon should really try to run over and get stuck into that other squad to reduce the firepower coming into that warrior squad. But Carriejanka is pulling back now, trying to conserve some of her forces perhaps. See, running back in to get stuck in. got our Mandrake stuck in that squad, letting her warriors again do what they're best at. That was a very good maneuver there. We do see the decap going down here, however. So that is going to reset the take and hold victory there. Carriejanka's forces are doing a pretty good job of wiping up this group of Battle Sisters, however. There we see the Veteran Superior going down. The Canoness is very low health. And in fighting those Incubi is going to be taking a lot of damage as well. There she goes. She's down, and that's definitely going to be a death knell for all of his forces in the middle here. He's trying to take that point, but yeah, with that full squad of warriors there just laying fire into them, they're going to drop very quickly. That is a lot of very dangerous firepower, especially with all of those cloaked mandrakes around. Again, they are all causing poison damage now. They've been upgraded with their poison blades. This is just not a good situation for ThinkTwicz to be in. He's losing a lot of squads. Again, that Archon getting stuck in, preventing that firepower from really coming to bear against those warriors. So that is a lot of resources that ThinkTwicz has lost, and we do have another squad of warriors coming in now from Carriejanka, providing just that much more firepower to the mass. Let's have a look at what she's doing over here. Her pop cap is full at the moment. She needs to get some more slave chambers down. Because that Scourge squad could be very useful, especially with their splinter cannons. But we don't see any other resources going down at the moment. Plenty of resources, no vehicles coming out yet. Let's switch back to ThinkTwicz. He does have his energy going up, got another plasma generator coming down, more upgrades coming down, getting his Inferno pistols out, rebuilding his Canoness. That's going to take a little bit of time, but he's got a Seraphim squad coming out shortly after that. That said, it is giving Carriejanka plenty of time to resecure the middle of the map. This is just a lot of forces out here at the moment. Again, if we switch back to Carriejanka's vision, we see all of those cloaked mandrakes. We got two squads of warriors out here, as well as the expanded Archon squad with the third Incubus in there now. And now we see the Witch Cult Arena going down, as well as the upgrade for Wraithbone Woven battlesuits. This is, let's see, while Carriejanka is technically teched up to Tier 2, this is mostly a Tier 1 army, but it is a thoroughly upgraded Tier 1 army. So it's a very scary force for ThinkTwicz to try to come against, especially given that he's got very little actually produced at the moment. If we switch over to him, he's got a decent amount of resources, but not a lot. And again, he's just got that one squad with the Canoness out at the moment. Got that squad of Seraphim coming out shortly, and then research going down. One Celestian squad queued up. That Celestian squad is definitely what he wants, but we actually got a push from Carriejanka at the moment. This is going to be a lot of damage coming down. This could be very dangerous for ThinkTwicz, actually. He's trying to get the Manufactorum down, but this may actually be pretty demoralizing to him. We'll have to see how he responds to it, but he's got the forces to probably push this back. I don't know. Yeah, with those with the Seraphim, if he uses some Acts of Faith and all of his unit abilities, you get some the Phosphor Grenades are researching. He definitely needs to use those as soon as they research here. They're down. He needs to use them. If he doesn't, he's going to lose his forces pretty quickly here, and then he won't have enough to push back these forces from just whittling away his base. And more importantly, even if he can somehow muster together the forces to push this back, he's not going to have enough time to get the forces he needs to take back those critical locations. So this is looking definitely like it's favoring Carriejanka at this point. We'll have to see if ThinkTwicz can rally, but again, all that firepower going into that Adeptus Sororitas convent. It's a lot of firepower. The Celestian squad is out, causing some good damage, and being mostly ignored by Carriejanka's forces. But again, it's just not looking good for ThinkTwicz at the moment. There we see the Celestians getting stuck into by the Mandrakes and the Archon squad. Just, again, this is showing how much firepower warriors can really bring to bear, especially after they've been getting a couple of their upgrades, but again, Again, if they're just allowed to sit back and fire like this, it is devastating. See an act of faith going down there, but it's not going to do any good as the rest of the squad was already wiped out before the missionary was able to pop the ability. See the Celestian Veteran Superior going down pretty quickly there as well. The Celestian squad trying to survive, but with the Archon and all that warrior firepower, just not much can be done there. Again, ThinkTwicz does not have the force to push this back now. This is a doomed fight at this point. You see that Battlestation squad trying to fight back, producing some new units, but again, it just is not going to matter. That is too much firepower all coming in at once. There the squad is finished, and now it's just down to the Adeptus Sororitas Convent, trying to crank up more units, but it's probably going to go down before it can get another squad out. It is down, and there we see the GG from ThinkTwicz. Congratulations to Carriejanka for this victory in her first game of the HyperLeague Season 1. Let's jump out to the score screen and see what the breakdown is. Alright, so here we see overall ThinkTwicz did have a better technology score, but clearly a better military, and just barely eked out a victory on resources for Carriejanka. Let's have a look at the military breakdown. Again, units killed and lost are kind of what we'd expect based off of what happened, but looking at the army size, we see ThinkTwicz did actually have a superior army size. Again, Carriejanka with just slightly better micro in there, which that was a bit of a question coming into this. We've definitely seen some in some preseason matches from Carriejanka, some less than stellar micro, but ThinkTwicz does not have the best micro either. So seeing here, again, likely the upgrades to the units that were given as early as they were, as well as the micro of getting her her Archon stuck into those squads to break up their firepower, and allowing her warrior squads to just bring their full power against ThinkTwicz's forces. Definitely allowed her army size was nearly half that of ThinkTwicz, but able to dominate in this match. Looking at the resources, okay, we see really good resource play from ThinkTwicz. He didn't quite get the same amount of requisition gathered, but he definitely spent a superior amount. Not only in terms of total amount, but purely looking at ratio to the amount he gathered. Again, seeing that really tight play of converting all of his resources into assets on the battlefield. Not quite as good on the energy spent. Carriejanka dominating a little bit there, again, both on spent as well as keeping that ratio down. And that is where we saw likely a lot of those technological researches, a lot of the unit upgrades, just making sure that she's getting all of those advanced things for her troops. And finally, looking at technology, we see again 11 researches versus the 9 for ThinkTwicz. ThinkTwicz did have 9 unit upgrades versus Carriejanka had none. Again, that's unit upgrades are things like giving them flamers or dark lances or things like that. Reinforced units, both players did fairly well, but ThinkTwicz coming out a little bit more on that. Same number of strategic points captured, but Carriejanka getting the more critical locations, probably contributing to why she had the higher requisition gather as well. So, again, overall, victory for Carriejanka. Congratulations to her for that victory once more. And thank you all for watching. Definitely stay tuned for the second game so we can see if Carriejanka goes 2-0 on this, or if ThinkTwicz can push this out into a 3-game match for the first time in the season. Thanks again for watching, and tune in next time.